Want free COD points? Ain't got money. Stop using Razorback. Listen here, buddy. There's a link in the description. I want you to tap. Click that. Earn points. Download the app. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. So in today's video, it's going to be the 10th episode of my How to Get Better at Black Ops 3 series. This gameplay here is some old infection gameplay. I actually get 100 plus, but it is on safeguard, so I don't know if that really matters at all. But basically in today's video, what this How to Get Better at Black Ops 3 series is I basically answer your guys' questions. You ask me anything about Black Ops 3, and it's a Q&A sort of. It's basically the ultimate tips and tricks series on YouTube. That's what I like to call it. And you guys seem to love this series. You guys always smash up the likes, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 likes every single episode on this series, and I hope you guys do the same on this one. I would love to see over 3,000 likes. And basically, I have quite a few questions today. I think I have 6 or 7 questions we're going to be answering, and I'm going to go really in depth with them and give you guys some of the best tips for Black Ops 3. But now, a lot of people have been asking me the same questions over and over, so if you guys are going to ask me any questions in the comment section down below, make them original and make them ones that I would really, want to answer in a video, ones that I haven't answered before if you guys have watched the other 10 episodes or 9 episodes of the series or whatever. First question we have here is from COD Team 576. He says, Goblin, what is the best kind of perks? So the best kind of perks, that's not really, I can't give you a broad answer for that, but when I read this question, it did spark up an interest of mine and something that I want to talk about. When it comes down to perks, there's a thing that I call either the perks that are mandatory on a class and the perks that are optional and fun to use on a class. Now, basically what this means is, I've talked about this in a few videos before, but perks that are mandatory are ones that you're going to need. If you're playing hardpoint on Nuketown, you're going to need Flak Jacket, you're going to need Tac Mask. If you don't have those, you're going to be taking unnecessary deaths from grenades and from stun grenades. So I would put those as the mandatory ones as well. Fast Hands is usually a mandatory type of perk. Flak Jacket on certain maps is a mandatory type of perk. And those are the type of perks that you're going to want to have on every class. Then I also have the classes, or the class of perks that I call as bonus. What those are is basically Afterburner, Hardwired, stuff like that, Sixth Sense. These are really nice perks to have, but it's not like not having Afterburner is going to make you or cost you too many gunfights, if you know what I'm saying there. Not having Flak Jacket on could give you 10 deaths in a full game of Nuketown Hardpoint. Not having Afterburner off, sure, it is kind of annoying, but it really isn't a mandatory perk, if that makes sense. Make sure when you're making your class setups, you have things that will prevent unnecessary or prevent these BS deaths. Flak Jacket, Fast Hands, Tac Mask. These are things that will prevent these BS deaths, as well as Ghost, maybe if you're playing a team deathmatch or a free-for-all situation. And then after you are busy stacking up those perks, throw on the Afterburner or whatever if you still have these slots left. And that's how I like to categorize perks. Next question we have here is from Joquid. He says, on what classes should you use Scavenger? Now, this is a very good question because everyone is different, but for classes that you should use Scavenger and classes that you don't want to use Scavenger, it's pretty simple. Use Scavenger on classes that you think you're going to go on a big kill streak with. So, for example, if I'm sniping or I'm using a shotgun, I'm usually not going to go on a nuclear streak with a shotgun or a sniper. I'm not going to run Scavenger. However, if I'm running with maybe a Man of War or a KN-44 or a gun that I'm really good with, I'm going to want to run Scavenger because I'm going to expect to get a high kill streak or expect to get a nuclear or something like that, or not expect it, but those are going to be the goals, and that's why I want to run Scavenger on a class like that. Now, on classes where you don't run Scavenger, I'd recommend running 2 things. One, extended mags. Extended mags not only gives you extra bullets in the clip, it gives you extra bullets in all of the clips that you own. So basically, having extended mags on is going to give you in total probably about 40 or 50 extra bullets before you run out of ammo, and that's why extended mags, I always use that when I don't have Scavenger on, as well as a secondary weapon, because you don't want to be running around with your fists if you get on a 10 kill streak and then you run out of ammo. And then when you do run Scavenger, you don't really need a secondary, and that's basically how I counter that. You don't need extended mags. If you're running Scavenger, use fast mags and no secondary. If you're not, use extended mags and throw in a secondary, preferably the RK5, because that secondary is so freaking overpowered. Hopefully that answers your question on when to use Scavenger and when to not. Basically, when you think you're going to go on a streak, use Scavenger. Next question we have here from Gabriel. He says, is a 400 score per minute good? Not sure. Now, this is a hard question to answer. This is something that people always ask me. Hey, I have a 1 KD or a 1.3. Is that good? Basically, as far as KD, anything over a 1 KD is above average. Obviously, a 1 KD, it would be average. 1 kill, 1 death. Anything above that is above average. Anything below that is below average. Now, there's no harm with being below average. When I started playing Call of Duty, I had a 0.7 KD when I first started playing, and then eventually to over a year, I worked it up to a 1.8 KD. So I improved pretty quickly. Not everyone improves at that rate, but as long as you're improving and your KD is going up, you're doing well. As far as score per minute, this one is a really hard one to judge. People that play Search and Destroy are going to have really low score per minutes, and then people like me that play Nuketown are going to have super high score per minutes or Hardpoint or Domination or stuff like that. For example, my buddy Swag XBL, he's a very good Call of Duty player on his channel as well, but basically I have a lot higher score per minute than him because he usually plays normal Domination or normal Team Deathmatch while I play Hardpoint or Domination on Nuketown. So as a fact, Nuketown is going to be a faster paced game mode than him playing Team Deathmatch on Redwood, and that's why my score per minute is higher. It doesn't mean I'm a better player, and that's why these stats can be kind of misleading, score per minute and kill death ratio. Just focus on getting your KD above 1 and basically focus on doing the best that you can yourself. You know what I mean? As long as your score per minute is improving, your KD is improving, you're doing well, and that's basically all that you have to focus on. It is kind of cliche, but it is the truth. You can't really judge people off of their stats. Every COD player is different. They play different game modes, they play different guns, and that's just the matter of fact. Next question we have here is from Deliros, if I'm saying that right. He says, Goblin, what is GFuel and what does it do? Nice vids, keep it up. Basically, GFuel is the drink that I'm sponsored by, and a lot of people talk a lot about this drink. They say basically what GFuel is it's sort of an energy drink for gamers. I guess that's what they call it. And a lot of people say drinking GFuel helps you focus better, and that's basically their motto with it. I'm sponsored by GFuel, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion of it. The drink tastes absolutely awesome, and what I notice, I don't notice that I really focus more, but it gets me more hyped up. It gets me more into the game, and it gets me, I guess it sort of gets me more focused, because when I drink a cup of GFuel, I'm going to be more hyped on the game and want to do well in the game, and that's why I usually drink it when I play like UMGs with my friends. Is GFuel necessary? You know, is drinking GFuel going to get your KD from a 1 to a 2? Definitely not. I definitely recommend getting actually like a SCUF controller or a headset over getting GFuel if you actually want to get better at the game. But GFuel is a good tasting drink, and it is, I think it's a pretty healthy energy drink. I don't know. You guys can look at all the facts of it if you really want to care and look at all that stuff. But GFuel, it's not something that's really going to improve your game, but it is a good tasting drink, and it is one that will get you hyped up for matches, and that's basically my honest opinion of it. Next question we have here is from Level Skipper. He says, is rapid fire good on all weapons? Now, this is a good question. As you guys know, I talked about earlier in this video, the perks that I think are mandatory and perks that I think are bonus. That's basically the same way I feel about attachments as well. Rapid fire is one of those ones that is not really mandatory on anything. You know, fast mags, extended mags, quick draw, those are more of the mandatory attachments that you're going to want to run. As far as rapid fire, that is one that I would just say is a bonus. Rapid fire is really good to have on your guns, and it's really good on certain guns. It's better on certain guns than it is on different ones. Basically, a gun like a Vesper, you don't want to put rapid fire on that because the recoil is already super fast. Rapid fire is best on guns with slow fire rates and low recoil. For example, rapid fire on the Weevil is really good because the Weevil has literally no recoil. Rapid fire on the Man of War is good because the Man of War has a slow fire rate and little to no recoil. Rapid fire on the Vesper or the VMP is not the best because those guns have quite a bit of recoil, and putting that rapid fire on it will, you know, make the recoil go over the top and make it hard to control. And that's basically how I would put rapid fire, you know, how I would categorize it. Is it good on all weapons? Yes, but it's a lot better on certain weapons, and that's basically how I would explain it. Next question we have here is from Fallen Wolf. He says, does getting good at the game take time and practice, or did you become good instantly? Now, of course, this is a pretty common sense question. Of course, I did not just hop on the sticks and become a 3 KD or a 2 KD or whatever player. As I said, I started off with like a 0.7 or a 0.8 KD, and then in MW2, I, you know, raised myself up over the course of the game to like a 1.8 KD, and then the next game, which was, what was the next game? Black Ops 1, I raised myself up to like a 3 KD player or a 4 KD. I was actually really good at Black Ops 1, and that was when I was really in my try-hard mode. Basically, no. Of course, it takes practice to get better. The best way to improve at Call of Duty, if you actually want to improve at Call of Duty, there's 2 things you got to do. 1, watch videos, watch live streams, watch people that you want to play like, watch how they play, watch one in my videos, don't just listen to the commentary, also pay attention to the gameplay, watch what moves I'm making. When I see a guy on the minimap, do I challenge him, do I sit back and wait for him, and also play the game a lot. Of course, playing the game when you play the game, you're going to learn the spawn systems, you're going to learn, you're going to get better reaction time, you're going to learn which guns you're most comfortable with. But as far as like the whole experience from me, when I was learning to get better at Call of Duty, I noticed that when I watched videos, I really noticed things that I didn't notice in the game. For example, spawn points. When I was playing Call of Duty and starting to get better at the game, I really didn't notice or care that much about spawn points. However, when I spent time to watch a person's 10-minute video or whatever, I would notice so many different spawns. And even now, still, when I watch people's live streams on Call of Duty, I still learn little cool spots on Black Ops 3 that I didn't know. And that's why sometimes sitting back and watching people can actually be better than playing the game. But of course, you got to play the game a lot if you want to get good at the game. Now, hopefully, this was a good episode of how to get better at Black Ops 3. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you guys did make it to the end, I'd really appreciate if you guys could drop a like on this video. 3,000, 4,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for all watching today's video. You guys are the best. Subscribe for Cookie and Don't Lucky, and I'm out. Peace.